today we're joined by a man with one of the most recognisable faces and probably the most recognisable laugh in sport. Hey. It's got to be said.
There you go, mate.
With Kriss Akabusi, and Kriss, we're less than a month away from the Olympics, and are you getting excited?
Yeah, to be fair, I've been excited for the last year and a half. Well, in fact, I've been excited for the last 7 years since we got given the games. But now it's here. You can touch it. It's within spitting distance. And our guys and girls are getting ready, and it's just brilliant.
Well, the whole country seems to be gripped with the whole fever of the Olympics. Everyone, as you said, is preparing. The torch is doing the relay. Is it good to see? Are you slightly jealous that you didn't get to?
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That the only downside about having the Olympic Games in London in 2012 is that I'm 53, not 35. At 35, you know I'll be in the arena.
And before we move too much on to London, we just want to talk about your own Olympic experiences. First of all, should we start with LA? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you got the silver medal. Could you just tell us a little bit about it?
On cue.
Look, oh, there it is.
Check it out.
That's superb.
No chocolate there, fellas. 84 Los Angeles was my very first Olympic Games. I went there as a soldier. I came out as a world-class athlete, quickest quarter miler in Europe, the best in Britain. And so quite clearly for me, and that was a massive significant moment in my life. And I guess by definition, that this is my memorable moment.
So how did your life change after that? Because as you said, you were in the army then, and then you came out, and obviously there's all this media attention when you medal and do so well. But I'm sure you enjoyed that, did you?
It took me another 6 years to actually leave the army. So a majority of my athletic career was done as a soldier, as was Kelly Holmes. And Kelly Holmes was the memorable moment as far as the British public were concerned. They said that her double gold in Athens was the moment that was stuck in their mind. And, it was a fantastic moment. So she was a soldier, I was a soldier. I did 6 more years as a soldier, but I left in 1990. And some of my other memorable moments: European champion 1990, world champion 1991, were competing outside of the army.
Well, that's what we're just going to go on to, actually, that great period in the early 90s. As you said, the Commonwealths, the European golds, in the 400-metre hurdles and the bronze in the Barcelona Olympics as well. That must have been a very special time for you, that sort of 2-3 year period.
Yeah, that was my purple patch. That was my golden period. That was the time when I was at the peak of my powers. And, all the sort of investment in myself. I've been training now. I joined the army in 75, started training in 77. Got my first international vest in 1984, Olympic gold medal. But it all came to fruition, all that hard work in those last 3 years, 90, 91, 92. And I'm very proud of my career, and no one can take that away from me. There's a young man who's going to London, 2012. He's Welsh, don't hold that against him. But young Di Green, he's 26 years of age, and he goes to the Olympic Games, gunning for my medal.
We saw Di do so well at the World Championships, obviously, when he got gold. As you said, he's 26, so he's kind of at the peak, coming up to that peak stage. He's a very confident young man.
Yeah.
As you said, you can see him coming back with a medal, maybe?
No doubt about it. I mean, it's going to be tough to get the gold. For Di to get the gold, he's going to have to bust my record and probably bust 47.5. He's capable of doing that with the crowd around him and him pushing himself to the edge of his limits. Di won't listen to me. It's about what happens in his own head. But I think 47.5 is at the edge of his powers. But he's going to have to get to there if he wants to get the gold medal.
And we're talking about memorable moments here. Another one must be Derek Redmond in 92, guy you know really well and ran with so many times. Were you one of the guys that was in tears when you saw his dad come onto the track?
I can't say that I was in tears, but lump in the throat, gutted for the fella. We were athletes together, and you knew how much he wanted that. It was number 5 in the world. See the guys ahead of the Americans, they're not at those games. Surefire bet to win the medal. And you see him in the first round and the second round looking brilliant. And in the semi-final, it all went peaked on. Down the back straight, he jumps up like someone shot him in the hamstring, bang. He's doing a funky chicken. It's really, really sad. And I think it's an iconic moment. And I think anyone that's a father and has a son can really, really, really empathise with that sort of like didactic relationship going on there, as the father says, you don't have to do it, and the son says, and yeah, I do, and then father says, and then I'll help you get across that line. And it's a real, awe-inspiring moment.
And now on to obviously London. We've already talked about Di Green, but we've got so many other athletes in with a chance of winning. But your picks, who would you specifically say we need to look out for, and this is who can bring home a couple of medals?
Okay, first of all, the guys that the majority of you are not going to know. Let me give you a little good surprise. Although now in athletics people know him. It's a guy called Robbie Grabarz, Grabarz. Robbie is now the European champion for the high jump. Great story. His coach challenged him. He'd lost his funding. Coach said to him, Fayez Ahmed, his coach who used to train with us, said to him, "Are you serious about this, mate? Because I'm not quite sure about you. I've invested all this time. I think you're wasting our time." Robbie looked at his coach. "I'm serious about it." Got down, got jiggy with it. Phenomenal winter. Bam! 2:36. Number 2 in the world so far, European champion. Watch out for him. He's going to bring him back a medal. And no one knows, but you've heard it here first, yeah? All right. Then you've got Perry Shakes-Dreyfus in the 400 hurdles. She should do really, really well. And I'm banking on her with that little bit of lift to sneak in there. I don't think she's going to win the hurdles, but I reckon she can come away with a medal. But of course, there are bankers. They're all in the member moments. The I've talked about. You've got your Jessica Ennis in the heptathlon. You've got Phillips Ado. Now Phillips, scary guy, painting, he's got his war mask on, all that stuff going on. Phillips, he's the biggest rival, Teddy Tambo, is not there. He's a war horse, he's a warrior. He's going to medal. I think he might get the big G. We mentioned Di Green. I think Christina Urugu, a returning Olympic champion. Olympic champions don't return and step back in the arena unless they're ready. She's ready. I expect her to defend her title. It won't be easy, be nip and tuck. Let's look at her defending her title. There we go. I think I've given you a few.
Fantastic. And we can't let you finish. We've heard a friend of mine went to UCL, University College London. And we've heard a rumour that there is a bar there called the Kriss Akabusi Pleasure Lounge.
Yeah.
Is this true, and have you been there?
Well, I've never been there, and I wonder what sort of pleasure those students are up to. It's probably not the sort of pleasures that Akabusi are up to, although, all you guys, I know the Awuga story, and I never said Awuga. That's John Fashanu, same colour, but different guy.